We've got a brand new Fox News poll out this morning that shows 68% of Americans think China is a major threat to the U.S. Added another 26% who say there's some threat. That's 94% of Americans who really don't trust China. What do you make of their growing role in the middle of this Russian-Ukrainian conflict?
I'm with the 68%. I do think China is a major threat against the United States. Look, they're encouraging this war by working with Russia now, perhaps providing additional weapons for Russia to be able to pursue this war of aggression. This is an attack on the sovereignty of a democratic state. There's no question that Ukraine is the front line, but Russia would not stop there, and China is assisting that. So China is a major threat against the United States.
So to that point about potentially sending over lethal aid, the Washington Post reports on that. It says if China does move forward, it'd be the first time that Beijing's done that in this conflict, despite repeated warnings by the United States not to provide such support. It doesn't sound like they're very afraid of our warnings.
Well, China needs to know there'll be consequences. We've isolated Russia economically. We can do the same thing in regards to sanctions against China. China needs to understand that they need to be on the right side of history here. And an attack on the sovereignty of an independent state, what Russia has done is a war of aggression, and China should be with us and the overwhelming majority of the world to speak out. The vote in the United Nations Security Council, the General Assembly indicated the wide understanding of who's responsible for this war. China sat on the sidelines on that vote. That was wrong. But clearly, they should be on the right side of history.
So China was among the 32 who abstained. They didn't want to vote on this measure that said that Russia's invasion was wrong and that it has to stop. Secretary Blinken will also visit 3 countries this week who did the same thing. They abstained from voting. So what should his message be to them? You
can't sit on the sidelines. You got to pick a side here. And one side is right, one side is wrong. Russia is wrong. So if you're assisting Russia, you're assisting an aggressor who is trying to invade the sovereignty of an independent state, and your country could be next. So join us in standing up against this attack on sovereignty.